Welcome! Today, I'm going to be unboxing Dominion Menagerie. I just got it less than an hour ago. Now, I already went ahead and opened it up a little bit so that way I could get the cards out of all that pesky plastic, if you know what I mean. So that way, at least, I wouldn't have to do that. But other than that, that's all I've basically really done. I looked at some of them real quick, but anyways, let's get started and see what's in this awesome expansion. Dominion Menagerie. Alright. Here we have our nice, beautiful manual. Here it is. I was wondering where this was. I really like keeping my cards in each expansion box, and so I really appreciate these nice little inserts. So that's cool. I can't wait to put all the cards in their respective spots. Of course, I'm not going to do that in the video. I'm not going to put them in their respective spots. But still, pretty cool. So that's the insert. And the nice manual of how to play. Now, I've already played this online, so I already know how most of the cards function. And I even know how some of the ways function too. But they are definitely cool, for sure. So we got a nice manual. Cool. And obviously all of the presets for all of the expansions that you could possibly play this with if you wanted to play a particular type of game. Although we don't usually do that. We usually just either do random or pick our cards, etc., etc. But since this is an unboxing video, I'm going to go ahead and read the flavor text for this expansion. So, let's just do that so I can steady it a little bit better, maybe? Okay. So here's the flavor text. Dominion. That's what you're trying to achieve. This time with animals. They each have a lesson to teach. Whether it's how to spit really far, or what kind of grass tastes the best. It's a lot to keep track of. But you're like an elephant. You remember everything. And you're afraid of mice. You've taken up riding. Horses are intimidating. They say you can lead a horse to water, but you haven't managed it yet. So you're working your way up, starting with dogs. So far, so good. The dog hasn't bucked you off yet. Your menagerie got off to a poor start, with just a goat, 2 rats, and the advisor who suggested starting a menagerie. You couldn't get that fox you wanted, but it was probably bad anyway. Now you've got some camels, which are just as useless for sewing as you'd been warned, and a turtle that can hold its breath for longer than anyone can stay interested. Soon, the animal kingdom will be yours. Alright, so. It says here that Dominion Menagerie is an expansion that can be played by itself. To play with it, you need the basic cards and rulebook. Dominion provides both. Dominion Menagerie can also be combined with any other Dominion expansions you have. We hope you enjoy this expanding world of Dominion. And so that's really cool. Now, I already picked this as my favorite expansion. And we'll go over the reasons why after we start looking at some of the stuff here in this box. So here's our Exile mats. And like always, if you were to play with 6 players, they've got enough mats for everybody if you were going to play with 6 players. And so the Exile mats you'll be using quite a bit because a lot of cards in this expansion, Exile cards. And so that's really cool. I really like these mats. So it'd be nice to have some more mats. I really liked the mats, the tavern mats for adventures. So I think I really like having these mats around for Menagerie. So that's really cool. Now let's go and look at the main reason why we even do an unboxing video for a game like this. The cards. Because that's what this game's all about. Right? So, let's see here. We got the horse. And And we've got Black Cat. And I'll have to separate these later. We've got Sleigh and supplies and some more horses, it seems. That's the thing about this expansion. It revolves around horses and Exile. Your Exile mat. And ways. Basically, that's what those three things is what it revolves around. And then, of course, obviously, animals, too. The camel train. And goat herd and scrap. And some more horses. The horses are not in the supply. Another really cool thing I like about this expansion is it has a lot of reaction cards, too. And you remember that Black Cat I showed you earlier? That's the first official reaction that's also an attack card. So it's really cool. But the attack part of the effect of it only works with actually the reaction part. So that's fascinating. I can't wait to play with Black Cat. And we got some more horses. Stockpile over there. More horses. Bounty Hunter. Cardinal. Cavalry. Some more horses. Oh, looks like we got some events now. Gamble. Pursue. Ride. Oh, back to the actions. Groom. Hostelry. Hosterly? That's a hard one to pronounce. Village Green. Toll. Yeah, so lots of new events. That's awesome. That's one of the things I liked about Adventures and Empires is they had events. So it's nice that they brought back events again. And the events, there's a lot of events in this expansion that do a lot of things that the other events in the other two expansions didn't do. So there's a lot of new types of events, and they do some amazing things, for sure. Vest. Barge. And we'll do a bunch of videos of every card and event and way in this expansion. Once I've gone through it and separated all the cards. Now, another thing I did do when I looked at all the cards is I didn't like Coven, because I don't like witches, and I don't like stuff that's not down to earth. And so I got rid of it already. So I've already gotten rid of that card. But I've already replaced it anyways. So I've got the Manta Ray as my replacement for that card, sitting in my Alchemy expansion box. So you won't see it in this video, but I will definitely go over it when I go over the cards in the box. And since I know pretty much what all these do anyway, I'll probably do that video before I even play it. Or should I say videos before I even play it. So, because I already have favorites and cards I really like in this expansion. Obviously, I like all the ways, too. Ooh, I like Falconer. That's a nice one, right? Look at that picture. I love that picture. That's a cool, cool card. Oh, wow. Fisherman. Gatekeeper. And yeah, that's another thing I liked about this expansion. It had more attack cards. That was a little disappointing when Renaissance came out and they only made 2 attack cards for the whole expansion. I like my attack cards, so it was kind of a drag. So, here we have the Way of the Butterfly. And Way of the Camel. And Way of the Chameleon. Way of the Frog. Way of the Goat. Way of the Horse. We have Kiln and Hunting Lodge and Livery. And we have some more ways. Way of the Mole. Way of the Monkey. Way of the Mouse. Way of the Mule. Way of the Otter. Way of the Owl. Way of the Ox. Mastermind. That's another one of my favorites. Do you see the snake in the background, the cobra? Who do you think is the real mastermind? I think it's the cobra, honestly. Either that or he's made very good friends with the cobra. One or the other. Paddock. I love cobras, so very, very much so. Sanctuary. Here we have some more ways, it looks like. Way of the pig. Way of the rat. Way of the seal. Way of the sheep. Way of the squirrel. Ooh. Way of the turtle. Way of the worm. Then we have Destrier and Wayfarer and Animal Fair. And this is one of my favorite cards too. Animal Fair. It's a really cool one. Now, I don't know if that's every card in the expansion, because a lot of those were randomizers sitting in there. I think they were all pretty much randomizers in that one. I don't think there were any randomizers in those three. So I think we'll cover that for now. And, because I think I went through pretty much all the cards that were there. So, anyways, so why do I like this expansion so much? Why is this my favorite expansion? Even though I've only played it a few of the cards online, and obviously only looked at the cards online when they were available to see on the internet. Well, I love animals. I love animals. It's my passion. I volunteer at a zoo, so I really love working with animals. And so I really love animals. So that means I'm always going to like an expansion of Dominion that's going to have a lot of animals involved. So that's a no-brainer. I pick that over any expansion any day of the week if it has tons of animals. But I also really like the ways, which are all animals, obviously, for another reason. Because the ways are like a new way of playing your action cards. So it's really cool. The ways are brand new. They're not in any other expansions. And it's a completely new way of playing your action cards. So many different ways. They all do a whole bunch of different things. It's wow. It's just... And then the events. You know, I like the events. And I like these events. There's a lot of things in these events that are really powerful. That, you know, are even better than most of the events in the other two expansions. So I like the events. I like a lot of the cards. You know, they brought back the duration cards, so there's a few duration cards in this expansion. There's a few new reaction cards, and obviously there's a few new attack cards to boot. So, and some of the cards, the action cards, have lots to do with horses and other animals. So, it's just a really cool expansion, and so this is my #1 most favorite expansion. And so thank you guys for watching this unboxing video.